Right, let's see how this goes then. Just double check everything is actually working. So let me move out of the way. This is the rug we are continuing. It is the Gigantamax Gengar rug for my little boy's bedroom. It is a little bit dark actually. Oh, I haven't got the light on. That might help. I actually turn the light on. Although it is one of them bulbs that takes a while to warm up. So, I am on the eyes, so I need to get the peachy colour for Gengar's eyeballs. So let's get that all set up. I should have actually probably set this up before I went live, but I was focused on actually getting the live all set up. But we are hopefully going to be live for the next couple of hours making this rug. And hopefully I can get a vast majority of it done today. Fit that through. Got to untangle my yarn. That's fine. That is also fine. Let's put you there. There we go. Right. Hey, how you doing, him? Welcome to the stream. I'm literally just changing over threads at the moment. No, I cannot, because I am not a Japanese character. But I hope you're having a good day. Right, fiddly bit. Done. Put this through there. Oh, I threaded that too much. Right. Right, where's my Gengar image? So it is this circle of the eyes we are doing. Move my chair out of the way. Start at the bottom as always. And just work on the other side. Might have to put a little bit more in that side. I'll have a look on the other side in a second though. And then this one is a lot smaller, this eye. So that's the eye done. I'm just going to have a quick look on the back. I could just change the scene actually, but yeah, that looks alright. Quickly just going to go to the back, just have a look. Yeah, that is very, very full, but that's fine. That'll be alright. And then it is the white. Right, now I've got to change over again. That'll be right. Once the rest of the colour's in, that'll pack that in nicely. So that works out pretty well actually. Right, now to get rid of, wait, is there anything else I need the peach for before I get rid of it? There was something else I needed the peach for. What did I need the peach for? What did I need the peach for? Oh, I remember. It's the top of the Gigantamax. Just the little squares up here. So, time to thread me machine again. Because I stupidly pulled the yarn out. Where's my threader? There it is. So we can do that. And then that is the peach done with. Go through. So we are live on TikTok, YouTube and Twitch, which is pretty crazy actually. Hopefully it's all working on all platforms, so we'll have to wait and see. Right, how do I start this? I've got to be careful there because that's a gap. Okay, let's put you in here. That's fine, that can go to there. just as a bit more sturdy. You. That's round to there. And you're going to need 2 there. You need 2? Have to check what that looks like on the other side. Oh, Yarn, why are you being difficult with me today? Ugh. The only thing I haven't set up is I haven't set up any TikTok alerts. I've got TikTok chat open, but I haven't got TikTok alerts, so... But that's fine, it'll be fine. We'll be all good. Still not the first time I've actually ever gone live on TikTok, so who knows how that's going. Right, that one's done. And then there's a little bit here. Let's start you off here. Oh, I need to get my thread in it. Yarn, why are you not playing? I didn't want to unravel a whole ball because I only needed a little bit of you. But it looks like I will have to unravel a whole ball. Oh, that's annoying. There's the one problem with this new gun is the threading hole is a bit bigger. It does tend to come out a bit more, but it's just alright. Something I've got to get used to. Right, turn you on. Right, where was we then? Take that bit out, otherwise you'll be too thick. Pull you out, that's fine. Right, that should be the peach done. Hopefully I don't need the peach anymore. So let's just have a look around before I take the peach out. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's happy. I'm happy with that. That looks a lot better. Okay, I'm happy with that. That works well. So the peach is now done. We can take the peach out. Take the peach out. Take the peach out. Hopefully it's not too dark. If it is, I can always just whack the brightness up of the camera a little bit. Is that better? I feel like that's a bit better. There we go. Right, peach ball number 1. Where was Peach? Peach was over there. The thing you can't see is behind the camera I've got a shelf just full of yarn. So if you just see me chucking yarn behind or at the back camera, it's because I'm putting it on my shelf. How's the back camera looking? Back camera's looking fine. Okay, cool. So we just need to do the eyes. And then I can move on to the rest of the bulk of the colour. I still need to get a dark red for up here. I don't have a quite right dark red to fit that, so I do need to find that. But worst case scenario, it's something I can just find at a later time. Right, how are we doing? 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 Just mute the mic. No, I'm getting stuck to my hands. Right, now the eyes. Now I need the darker yellow first. There's the end. There's the end. You're not in the middle of a skein. 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 You Please be the middle. If for the end, you're going to be a pain in the arse. Feed that through. You are the middle, thank goodness. To be fair, I don't need too much of the yellow here, the darker yellow. I need to go back to Streamlabs so I can actually see, in case anyone does message me, but probably not. Right, there we go, that's there. And then the last thread. There's going to be lots of changing over colours today, so you might just have to get used to the sound of silence or just me jabbering about rubbish at the moment. It is also EUIC Day, so there'll be a lot of just general Pokemon coverage on, I guess, the Pokemon site, won't it? But right, let's get some. Right. I think that should be enough. I don't need too much of this yellow. Although I will need to thread in another colour at some point, which is going to be the tricky part. Because I'm going to try and do it as a gradient, because on Gengar's eyes, it goes from like a yellowy orangey kind of colour through to a yellow. So I'll do what I need to do with the darker yellow first, and then it will just be a lot of changing over if I need it. Oh, where's my threader? It's Shredder! Where? But that's the other thing, I don't know if I should play just some background music, because it is just going to be me talking or me tufting. That may be a little bit awkward, but here we go. Right, so where's my image of Gengar? I wonder if I should put that on stream. Maybe. It's just a little bit up here. Into the corner. And there you go. And then if I just fill this little bit in. There you go, that bit should be fine there. And then for the other side, it's pretty much all up here. So I'll start here. Well, that's very tightly put in. And the same for this side. There we go. And then got a feeling this is going to be very packed. So let me just have a look at that on the other side quickly, because I've got a feeling that might be a bit too packed. Oh no, that works alright. That's fine. Right. So now I need to take out 2 of these, which is a bit of a nightmare actually. Could have done with only one of them, but you tangled. What are you tangled up in? There we go. I thought I wasn't tangled up. It was just me being silly. Right, wind 2 of these up because I don't need 2 of these now. I can go back up on the shelf. So let's use you. Wind you back up. Save the bigger balls of yarn. Oh, unless you're going to get tangled up completely and then you're going to be a nightmare. Which is going to be the latter, it seems. There we go. Right, so now I need to put in some of the other yellow. Oh, where's that one gone? What on earth has happened here? Are you 2 threads? Don't be 2 threads. Don't be 2 threads of string. Just be 1. No! Okay. Let's wind you up and sort you out later then. Because that little tiny ball has decided to be double threaded, which isn't ideal. Just notice a bit of string hanging out. Wind, wind, wind. Oh my god, why is this so long? Never unwind a ball of string, people. Just turns into a bit of a nightmare. Right, so I need to get one of these back down. So we'll go with you, why not? I've got to find where the end is again. Why is finding the end on a ball of string the hardest thing? Especially as it's just one I've just wrapped up as well, which is... Okay, let's not pick you. What about you? Yeah! You're still here, that's fine. Come on. Right, that's fine. Fred, you free? You can go there. That's the beginning of you. Okay, now you is the beginning. Where's the beginning bit of this? There you are. Have to be awkward, don't you? Right, thread that one through. I'm tangled up now. That's that. Yeah, Jack, we are back at long last. I'm getting tangled up in string at the moment though, because I have to change colours several times. So I'm currently getting caught in different strings. Let's go with you. The annoying thing is I need to change it again in a couple of seconds as well. So is that done? Are you going to be done? Yeah. Oh, don't get tangled up in that. Please. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then obviously that gets caught up in my foot. So I have a projector, and I project the image onto the fabric, and then I just basically trace around it in a pen. If I could do it freehand, that would be amazing, but I'm not that talented, sadly. Yeah, it's projector to make it, because then I can get all the details in case I miss anything or forget anything. I do have an image up on my computer, which I am following the colours, or trying to get as close as I can to the colours. I can show you the back as well, the other side. The side that this side here isn't the good side. This is the side that will go against the floor. The other side is what the good side is, but it doesn't look. It looks strange until you start shaving the rug, because there's loads of details you have to get in and out. So let's give this a go. The eyes. That went in nice, actually. This one's a lot smaller, so that'll do, I think, for that. Oh no, yeah, it's definitely not freehand. Definitely not freehand. Right, now I've got to wind up 2 more balls, because I don't need much of it. Right, I'll show you what the back of it looks like while I'm doing this. Oh, it's not very well lit up, but the back is completely different to what the front looks like, and it is very fluffy. What has happened here? I'll tell you what, where's my scissors? That's the easier solution here. Deal with all this after the stream has ended. So the back is looking a bit distressed, shall I say, at the moment, because it is all very fluffy. Once it all starts filling in, the eyes will look better as well. The eyes are a bit dodgy at the moment because it doesn't have the purple around it to hide it all in, and I have completely butchered this up here. What have I done here? I've created a monster of just string. Oh, I'm getting somewhere. Go on, give me the end. There we go. Right, that's that one done, so I can at least wind this one up. So yeah, the back looks like that, but obviously the front looks a lot neater because it doesn't have all the scraggy bits of wool coming out of it yet. But once I've done the eyes, I can move on to doing the rest of the inside of the mouth, and then I can move on to doing the purple. I do need to get a dark red for the top of the Dynamax bit, and then this colour here is going to be like a sky blue, because I didn't want it to just to be a straight just a Gengar, because putting the backing on this will be a nightmare, so I wanted some sort of colour or something to just make it a more easier shape to put the backing on. And then yeah, once shaving will take longer than probably making it. Shaving it will take a long time once I eventually get. Oh, do you know what? I cannot be bothered to sit here and untangle that. So scissors, you're coming in handy again, because this troublesome bit is going to go in the bin. Alright, yellow, back up there. And then I need the other yellow to finish the eyes. You just the outside skiing. Either way. Thread through you. The other thing I could do while I'm actually just making it, I could just put... Is that the end? Is that the end, or is that just me tripping? I could start shaving it. That would be a bit of a nightmare. No, you are... You are around the outside. Okay. Okay. Looks like I am going to have to sit here. I honestly don't actually know, because this is one I'm making for my little boy's bedroom at the moment. In materials, so far, it was cost me about 50-60 quid in materials alone. But if I was to make it for someone, a rug of this size, it's a metre and a half wide by about 130 centimetres tall, about that. So if I was to make one of this size for someone, I'd probably, depending on how long it takes me to finish this one, because this is the first time I've made a rug of this size. So it all depends on how long it will take me to finish this. But I would probably charge 150, 200 for it, depending on what it was and what the design was. Because obviously the more complicated the design, the longer it's going to take, the more it will cost, etc, etc. If you wanted like a simple pattern, it would probably be cheaper. Have I actually done that all the way? But yeah, something of this size, not that, it would be quite expensive. That's what it comes down to. It's the time. It's like Brayish got a one-piece one off me. That I made a one-piece one just because to learn to tough, and he bought that off me for £60. But it was only a quarter of what the size is here. So, and that took about 6 hours from start to finish, but it was a lot cheaper to make. So it does come down to what people want and what have I done here? Right, that's just keep that there. Going to get to the top anytime soon, or are you just going to keep going round and round and round? I feel like this is going to keep going. Oh no, where's this bit? So pull through here. So yeah, it basically, I can't really give an estimate of how much something will cost until I've done this one. But I would estimate about 150, 200. It also depends what you want, because if you just wanted like a straight up grey pattern, it would be a lot cheaper. Oh, right. I can't get tangled up anymore. Although I am going to, it seems, because what on earth is happening here? Right, you're there. You're there. The other thing is as well, it doesn't help that when I first started using some of these colours, I didn't make the balls correctly. So they are all going to be a bit dodgy. Well, not dodgy, but tangled. And that's not what I want. Right, where's the end? Back on the mission to find the end. There's the end. You go through there. And the worst thing is I only need this yellow for the eyes. There's no other yellow on the design. So once the eyes are done, I can wrap the yellow all back up. Hey, Pokecool. Yes, so I have a gun. Once it is all done, I will be able to... I've just got to sort this ball out, and then I will be able to show you guys how they are done. Where's the end? This is why I should have done this before stream, but then I would have had loads of just tangled up wool. Right, so that's the end there. Do you know what? I'm going to cheat. Exposing the government name. That's fine. The government knows all your government names anyway. Right, I just cheated on that one because I couldn't be bothered to sit around and fiddle with it. But yes, they are all done by hand. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this one because it's the biggest one I've attempted. I'll pull you through there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do for now. I shouldn't need too much of this yellow. It'd help if I pull all 3 strands. Shouldn't need too much of the yellow. I mean, to be fair, if you didn't know that Core stood for Corey, you wouldn't know that Pokecore is his real name. No, Pokecore is not his real name. Corey is his real name. What am I on about? But no, they're not 3D printed. They're all handmade and used by me. Once I actually get through this. Oh, I just had an idea of what I could do for another design. One of my favourite cards ever, the Shining Korokoro Mew. I could do that as a design. That would be a great one to do, actually. Right. So, yeah, they take a long while to complete. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to try and make this a bit brighter because it's gone a bit darker. Is that too bright? No, that looks alright. That's fine. So leave it on that for now. See, I had a Korokoro Mew ages ago, and like before when I collected previously when I was a kid, I had one, and I need to get another one because it's just such a beautiful card. But I've got to be careful I don't overlap. With any existing colours. Now the problem that I had previously on the other stream was my gun died. Like it completely just, the power bank just went on it. So I had to get a new gun, and this one is a lot more powerful. I would happily do a massive group meetup. Like I was going to go to EUIC, but I just couldn't get a Pokemon Center slot, and I wasn't competing, and it is half term, so I was going to meet a bunch of people at EUIC there, but I couldn't do it because I didn't want to stress in about the Pokemon Center slot. Yeah, apologies if I do just go silent for a bit. It's because I am just trying to focus on this. I need to put a little bit in here. A little bit more in. That's fine, that's alright. So what you need to do really when you do tuft is you just go around all of the old colour first, and you can tuft straight. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to put your machine in at, say, like the black here, and then go up because it will just destroy the black. So you do need a little bit of space. Move over a little bit more. That's very tight there. One of the other rugs that I want to attempt is the Gengar VMAX by So-So. I feel like that would make a great rug, but I feel like I need to hone my craft in a bit more before I attempt something that detailed. Evolving Skies, you have a booster box. Or definitely sell them, I would. Definitely sell them if you've got Evolving Skies, because what they're like there must be like £1,000 each, surely. But yeah, no, it's a bit fiddly, but that's why I like doing rugs that are this big, and ideally, the better I get at it, the more I do it, the better I'll get. So that's my way of thinking, at least. Right, let's finish the other eye off, and then I'll take a look. Oh, string! Why have you got to do me dirty like that? Right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then that should be enough. Oh, what's that doing over here? Threader, threader, threader. Well, that's the thing though. I think with stuff like Evolving Skies, it's already at like $1,000. It's just going to keep going up and up and up, isn't it, really? It's not going to come down realistically, is it? 1, 2, 3. But yeah, So Gengar is on my to-do list. I might have to dumb it down a bit for some of the colours, or make some of the colours a bit brighter. Do you know what? The thing I've seen with streaming this, I can see how bad my posture actually is. So streaming might help my posture. Ugh. Yeah, to be fair, that is a good point. The ridiculous state of Pokemon at the moment is crazy. Like the Hypno, no, not the Hypno, the Drowsy from base set. Why has that spiked? Why has that gone insane? Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great card, but no way should that be a 80 quid card. No way. They wouldn't ever do a reprint of Evolving Skies though. It's out of... Oh, okay, now I'm way too bright because the sun's come back out. Yeah, because they wouldn't do a reprint, I think you're pretty solid. Even if you were to hold on to it for like another year or so. I mean, yeah, to be fair, you're making, what? If you got them for 100 for each of the Evolving Skies, you're 9xing, 10xing your money, ain't you? So take the money and run, my friend. Along with your Tag Team GX boxes. I should really sit down in my chair to do this because this is very fiddly. Ugh. I just hate getting in and out of my chair so much. $96 each, yeah, exactly. Selling them to Tamsin has gotten so much stuff, but that's what it's for though. If you don't sell to people in the community for good prices when you can get them available, why not? But it's different though. You're not going to sell to people for $90, like for 90 quid now though, are you? Like realistically, if someone was going to buy that for you, you just got to just sell it for the price it is. Right, let's go to the other side. Right, yellow, done. Ugh. Yeah, Tamsin's a legend. She's always a part of the community. I'm in the way here. So let's have a look at the back and have a look at the mess of the back now. Oh, do you know what? Now that the yellow's gone in, that right eye, well, the left eye, looks a lot better actually. I'm much happier with that. A little bit on the top too much. Could have put a bit more white in this eye, but that'll be fine. Once I shave it, it'll come through. So you know what? I'm very happy with that, actually. Ugh. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that's going to be one of the toughest parts, because here in the mouth is a gradient. There's a gradient on the hand here, a gradient here, and a gradient there. So I've got to try and figure out. And now it's gone way too bright again. Do you know what? If I just do that, will solve the problem. So the gradient is going to be probably the trickier part, but you just mix the colours together. It sort of works. So what do I do next? Do I do the mouth or the tongue? Mouth or tongue, guys? What do you prefer? Oh, don't. If I knew how much things were going to boom, I would have not opened Evolving Skies at all. I would have just kept it. Because I didn't pull anything apart from the Duraludon Alt Art. I pulled the Duraludon Alt Art like 3 times. That was the only Alt Art I pulled from Evolving Skies. So, and this way. What on earth has happened here? I'm just getting stuck in wool. Oh no! Anti-Mert. Mert in his 5 hours to open a pack. Although, have you seen what Mert put on Twitter? He's got quite a stash coming up. He's got quite a stash occurring. Oh. Get you down here. Right. Do this up. For someone who claims he never has stuff to open, he's got a fairly good supply. I don't know where he keeps finding this prismatic for retail price as well, but he keeps cropping up with it. Unless he's got a little cheeky deal with someone. Which it wouldn't surprise me. He's getting quite big on Twitter now with all his fake posters that he does. No, don't fool her, you stupid piece of yarn. Yeah. Right. Yellow back up there, please. Thank you. Right, so what do we do now? Yeah, he has got I think he collects a art set of each set that comes out, but I noticed he had like some Shining Fates and backed up there, so he's still got some to open. Yeah, just quote tweeting that one. Right, what do we do, boys? Do we do mouth or tongue? I could get rid of the mouth or do the tongue. It doesn't really matter. They're pretty much the same one. It's because he has to wait. You want the tongue? Okay, we'll do the tongue. He has to wait for the his streams. All right, so tongue I need. Actually, I could probably do the tongue and that bit because they're pretty much the same colour. I should probably do some work. You're working from home. The joys of working from home. Right, wrap that round. Right, so one little bit of ball. Another. And then number 3. That's no worries. More than welcome to lurk. Thank you boys for dropping in if you do start to lurk. But that's what I'm here for. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours yet, barring any technical difficulties or whatever. But yeah, get on with your work, boys. Earn that dollar. And don't get in trouble from your bosses. But thank you for dropping by. have you on my second screen. Nah, that's alright. I appreciate that. Right, so tongue up to here is this colour, and then up to here, and then that is also this colour as well. So that's fine. Alright, let's get going with the licky licky. Only problem is I'm left-handed. I haven't got much space. Let's start in the corner here. Go to there with it because it will have to change into a lighter pink. What colour is that bit? Is can't Sky for too long. No, that's fine. Appreciate it, Corey. Right, put that bit there. That'll be fine. That's actually a black bit there, so I do need to get the black out again. Okay, that's fine. So I can fill the rest of it in really, and just leave a little gap for a black line to go in. That's fine. So if I go here. This gun is so much more powerful than my old one. Right, and then we can just go. There we go. Let's put it in here. Do I need another bit there? No, 2 should be enough there actually. Right, so now we just keep going. I need to make a proper thumbnail for YouTube as well actually, because it will just be the YouTube generated thumbnail. Go to there. I will need to just check the thickness of the rug on the other side once I've done this colour. Once you start moving on to the bigger spaces, you can fly through it. Need to put one back here. There we go. Just need to put a couple more down here because it's a bit sparse. One. There should do. Right, let's have a look at that. Mega Chan Chan, thank you for following. Yeah, the thumbnail will be ace once I eventually get it done, but I'll wait until it's more complete before I actually start that. But, right, how's the back? Oh, do you know what? That looks alright. Okay. I do need to get the black out again though. Well, I don't wonder why that alert didn't come through on my thing, but I need to. I was going to sort that out another time. I've got it in my pop-up manager. So the problem is that's that. This is the same colour. Well, slightly lighter, but I don't have slightly lighter. We'll move on to the pink bit. I'll put the black in first, actually, because I do need to get the definition on that tongue a bit more. So we'll get the black out and do that little bit of black. There's always one thing I miss when I do tufting. Always one thing I miss. Oh, we're getting there slowly, getting there slowly. I'll tell you what, that gradient actually has worked really well on the eyes. I can get there. Stay there. Right, black, black, black. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, you 2 bits of... Oh, that's lovely. 2. So I only need 1 other ball. Sweet. Right, that's music to my ears. Less winding up to do after I've done this little bit of black. Right, move over. Right, so it's just here. That's what I go down to, and then there's a little bit here. Is there any more on the rest of the tongue? And then a little bit here. Do I just go and put black all along that line? I'm very tempted to. Although you wouldn't really see it. So maybe not. That's the 3rd strand. There you go. Sweet. The only other thing I haven't seen is I haven't got any of my channel redemptions on. Right. So, Operation Line is go. Start down here. We'll go to that. And then there's a little bit here.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Okay, the milkman one came through. Honk, I didn't hear. I am the milkman came through. I definitely heard that. I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. I can't even remember what that's from. It's been such a long time since I had all my stuff on there. Why have you done that then? Why have you just flung out? Right, so... just a bit here and then last bit, okay. Bit there, and let's do the curve bit. Is there any on the bit down here? No, there's not. So that is all just straight colour, which is fine. Tiny little bit of black left. Ugh. Right, now I've got to wind the black up again. Half the time it is just winding the colours up. The black is done. I need 2 sets of pink now, because the tongue is mostly just one shade of pink. It's just this bit here has a couple of other different colours in. So I need to sort that out. But I should have that already down here, which is fine. And the colour of the tongue is that weird pinky Dynamaxy colour. It's not like what colour I'd normally say a tongue is, but I've got plenty of that, so that's fine. Black is back. Right. I might actually need one more of that colour just to blend it through. So I go you. What colour? You. Not that one, yeah. So I'm just getting the wool out to actually test. Right, I might have to actually get a different sort of pink, because it does actually go lighter up here. So around here it goes a little bit lighter. That's fine. That is fine. So you can go into this bit. And then I actually need to get that colour back out for here. So let me just have a look at how that colour is on the other side first, actually. Yeah. Probably will do. Okay. So let's go with 2 of you and 1 of that one for a minute. Because I need to just get a gradient. Oh no, you're a different colour. Can't use you. That was almost a very dangerous mistake. You? Yes. That's you. Whoa! Almost falling over. Right, so that's a gradient to there. Now I've got to take that one single strand out and put the other colour back in. Yeah, the darker colour can come out. Oh, it's actually gone quite sunny outside, which is nice because it's been raining here the last few days. Right, I need one more of that colour. Out the way wire, and then it can go all the way to there. You know what, I don't think I'll need too much. For this bit of tongue. Just need a little bit extra here. So that's there. And then it goes darker. And back to lighter up here again, so that's fine. So where's the pen? Let me just mark out roughly where that changing colour is on the tongue. It is roughly about here. And it goes here. Like that. This is the joys of. So it actually goes around to like. So that's what it'll be roughly like. Need to get a slightly lighter pink for that bit then. So this bit and that bit's the same. That bit in that bit are roughly the same. Yeah, let's do this bit first because there's a couple of gradients I need to just sort out. So let's get that sorted. So now I've got to take another one of these strands out and put a darker one back in. That one's out. I mean, I am doing this in the most awkward way possible, really. I could have done this a much simpler way and just kept the colour in, but because the colours are so similar, I don't want to get confused. So once I've done this bit, I can take the two lighter strands out and put the darker strands back in. Oh, it helps if all my strands go through the threader. I'm actually going to put a couple of bits in there and to the other side just to make it a bit more. Right, before I take that out, I'm just going to check it on the other side. Hopefully it's okay. Squeeze behind it. No, that looks fine. Gradient's over a little bit. No, that's alright, that'll be fine. Oh. Getting caught up in the colours again. It's a lot of dark. I'll tell you what, I'll show you guys what the back looks like for now. You can't really see the colour in the bottom from down here because the camera's looking down at the frame. But we're doing alright, actually. I'm looking forward to actually getting like the main colour of the Gengar in, because then it will really start to come together. Once I've done the mouth and tongue as well, actually, it will pop a bit more. Right, they're both out, so let's tie these up. It's 20 to 12 already. Time flies. What have I done here? Was that the last of that bit of purple, is it? Okay. That's fine. So, the darker bit of purple there. Actually, don't need that anymore. Last bit of burgundy. Oh, where's that gone? That's gone behind me somewhere. Well, right, and then into some more of the dark colour. Right, so let's do the inside line first. Stop there. Too far off the line there, so that's fine. Take these a couple of threads out and just work it up again. Take a couple more out. There you go. Right, I can actually fill that in now. of my balls as yarn has run out. Right, where's that gone? Oh, I've got a little bit left actually. I'll put this to one side for now. And start a new ball. And feed that through. That's the two bits. There you go. Oh, that's on a different bit. There you go. Do. Right, there you go. Drink quickly. Got to stay hydrated. Just stab myself with my machine, which is always good fun. This new machine is so much better than the old one though. It's a lot quicker, it's a lot more powerful. The only downside is the thready hole is a bit bigger, so it doesn't quite hold yarn as well, but it is a lot better. Well, that went in very quick. No! Oh, you... Language. Foul language. Lots and lots of foul language. I didn't unravel the ball enough, so it just absolutely just tore it apart. Popped up. Hey, at least the TikTok's actually working. For ages it wouldn't let me stream on TikTok, but now it seems to have popped up. But yeah, how you doing, man? I am fiddling with so many bits of yarn at the moment. But yeah, we are not having as many problems as the other day, thankfully. Well, no major problems anyway. Wait, no, come back here, you silly piece of string. The problem is I do keep having to switch. But Butch, I would definitely probably take you up on your offer that you said to me about the wool at some point. Once I run out of what I currently have, or when I start a new rug that needs new wool, I'll definitely hit you up, man. Because it's expensive. Don't do it. I can see you moving, you cheeky ball of wool. Don't do it. Unravel nicely like the way I winded you to. Oh. Right, once this bit of shading is done on the tongue, it'll be nice to actually work on like a massive block of colour. And I know this is a block of colour, but once all the little details are done, it'll all start to come together. need to be careful here. Just quickly do that so it doesn't harass the black so much. Why do I? It's quite a relaxing sound. I think that's why I haven't put any background music on, because it's just a bit of ASMR, really, isn't it? It's like I've done a couple of shorts that will be going out on TikTok, YouTube, etc. soon of other rugs that I've made, and it is just me and the sound. You don't even hear me speaking. It's just me working the gun. A couple of loose strands out. Right. Just going to check the other side, because I've left quite a few big gaps there, so I need to just check it and make sure it is all roughly the same thickness. Oh yeah, then that's fine. A couple of loose ends, just pull them out quickly. Cool, the floor is absolutely covered in different coloured yarn. Right, let's take you out now. I've got to do a gradient. Are you stuck? What are you even stuck on? Right, so I need one. You do the one that I need to use, really, so let's wind up the others. Alright, it was the one that got stuck that was causing the problem as well. Where's my scissors? Ugh. Don't stab yourself, Scott. Chuck that on the floor. Right, now I can move on to the pink. Right, one. And two pink. Nice. Do you know what? That is coming out the machine really nicely. Right, so one more bit of gradient on the tongue. Well, two more bits of gradient, but I need to get a bit of lighter pink for the other one, because the other shades of pink I've got are too... Can something be too pink? I'm guessing it can, because this one is too pink. I should have left a bit of a gap, really, to crisscross the gradient over, but oh well. We will make do. Right, how am I going to do this? Do it different shapes and lines, so that way we don't have a straight pattern. should be alright. Right. Then to take out the last dark burgundy or whatever it is, although there's not much of that string left. Huh? Why is that there? Okay, let's do it this way then. Huzzah! Wrap that up. Most of my time today has just been spent wrapping yarn up, where I've changed so many times. Since I pulled that one out. It's time for the tongue! Right. Massive block of colour coming in now, and I'm happy about this. Right, let's go. Big block of colour. A little bit. Stop there. Oh, is that my tripod I've just whacked? It is. Bring you a bit closer. Do, 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 do. About there for that. Right, let's do it in a general circle. To there, so that's fine. And then just fill in the rest of the tongue, and I've got to do the top bit as well. I think. Yes. Okay. Let's do the top bit of the tongue then, so then all the outline is at least done. Shouldn't really be going upside down with a machine, but it is what it is. I need to stop hitting the tripod leg as well. How many balls does a rug that size use? It depends how many colours. Just 2 balls, yeah. It depends how many colours. So because I've got so many different colours, I think I've got about 10, 12 different balls of double knit. No, just the 2, I can confirm that. Yeah, so I think it's about 10 or 12, just because there's so many different colours. Because there's what? White, black, brown, pink, yellow, red, like a darker yellow, burgundy, dark pink, pink, purple, dark purple, and you need a couple of balls of each. Thanks for the confirmation. That's alright. I might as well confirm it. I've got nothing to deny here. Right, I thought I lost my threader then. Threader! So yeah, it takes a lot of different balls, but it depends. If you was to all have something that say had 3 colours in, I'd say probably half that amount, because I can, from 100 gram ball of yarn, I can get 2 balls out. Yeah, that's what it is for this. If I was to do a design where it was, say, like a Pokeball, so it's just red, white, and black or whatever, if you just have 3 colours in this size, it'd probably take me 6, 7, 8 balls. Like, it'd take 2 or 3 balls of the red and white, and then the black would be like 1 or 2 balls. So yeah, it's the colours that really make it expensive, which is why when Jack asked how much would I charge for something like this, I said it really depends on what design you want. For this Gengar, I'd probably ask for 150, 200 for it. Probably actually maybe even more. Depends how long it takes to carve it. But yeah, it's the colour that really does break the bank. Which is why I think designs that don't have as much colour or many differences in colour work better, because it just makes it so much cheaper and easier to make. Not having to change the ball 500 times a day really helps. But let's get the pink in for the tongue, and then we can move on to the mouth, and then it will just be the purple left. Oh. This is the other thing that takes a long time, is if it gets caught, it just yanks it out of the machine when it's cutting it. Off my foot, please. But we should be right. Just takes a while. Pen, you can go on there. Might have to give the machine just a little brush down in a minute as well, because we have been tuffed in for, what, about an hour? Have I been live for an hour? It'll be longer than that, surely. An hour and a half? Oh, wow, okay. We have been live for longer than an hour. So it's taken me an hour and a half to do the eyes, the tongue, really, and a little bit of the swirl at the top. So it's taken me an hour and a half to do that, but that's because I just keep faffing around with changing the colours so much. If I didn't do that, it'd be a lot quicker. And once you start getting onto the bigger blocks of colour, it does go in a lot quicker, because you don't have to change colour so much, or worry about how far or how much you have to put in or be as intricate. You can just be a bit more haymaker with it and just slap it in. Not literally slap it in, but you know what I mean. Oh, that gone a bit too high there. That's alright. I think the other thing as well, because it's for my little boy's bedroom, I want it to be incredibly spot on. Because he is mad into Pokemon at the moment. So much to the point he steals my spare cards. If I open any packs, he's like, "Can I have some cards?" Or he wants to look for a binder to see if there's any cards that he doesn't have and that he wants to steal from me. Luckily, I've got lots of this like pinky purple, so I don't have to worry about running out of this. That's the other problem. If you run out of a colour while you're mid-tufting, you have to, you might struggle to find that colour again. Because it might have sold out, or it might be a different batch lot. So it's always a bit of a gamble. Oh, sit on me. Is the chair going to be better for me, or is it going to be worse? I mean, I'm going to be still having to hunch over. Might be better, it might be worse. We'll see how it goes. Don't know why I've got music in my head. Yeah, that's one of the problems. That's why I try and buy enough before I start making it. But when you always do a new design, it is all a bit tricky sometimes, because sometimes you might not get enough of the same colour, or you might run out halfway through tufting. Like, there's been a couple of times when I was practicing a design, I would go, right, yeah, I've got enough wool to finish this design or whatever, and go around to finish it, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't have enough. Yeah, I can imagine that's a problem, because you've got to try and buy it all in the same time. Because if you don't, you might run into that. Because it'll be, although it's the same colour, if it's not the same batch or dye lot, it will be slightly different. Which is why you want, ideally, the same ones. I don't actually know if the chair is better for my back or not. It feels like I'm stretching more. The skeins are starting to run a bit low as well, so I have to keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, it can vary massively. Do you know what is happening with this bloody camera? It just keeps going darker and darker and darker. Leave it on 5 for now. Yeah, but it can do. And the thing is as well, even if though it says it's the same colour, it can ruin something. Like if you've got a jumper, it'll end up turning into like a gradient, or on something like this, if you've not got a gradient in it, it's going to really affect the other side of the rug, because it will be a massive difference. Yeah, the chair's not really working here. Normally as well, when I tuft, I do it standing up, so I don't have issues with my back. But for this rug, I had to make my frame the biggest I can have it. So it means I have to sit down a lot. Get in there though. Oh, I've reached the end of a ball. Oh, I've got to stop there on that one. Right, need a new ball. I say new ball, that was like the end of an old one. It's nice to actually get like a big block of colour on there though. You always start with the details first. Just because they are harder to get on. Especially if you start halfway. If you were to put in the block of colour first, you wouldn't be able to get the details in as good. So it's always a better thing to start on the details. There you go. No! Why? Why have you got to do me like that? You're all nice and loose. Had to just cut out of my machine then, didn't you? I could sit on my bed and sit on the bed and do it. The thing you can't see is I'm actually in very limited space. I mean, the frame is huge. Ugh. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff hidden behind the scenes. Getting into the longer bit of the tongue now. I'm going to be blocking up more and more of the camera now though. The joys of being left-handed. So I hope my back doesn't look too bad. Helps if I grab the right end of the string. I was wondering why this end never ended. Grab the wrong end. What I need to do is I need to stop using double knit wool. Because this new machine has a bigger thread hole, it means I can use thicker wool. So I need to whack out the chunky wool. Then I might actually use a bit more wool. Whereas at the moment I'm using 3 strands of double knit. I could transition to 2 chunky fairly easily, I think. Oh, you son of a... Language. What is with this language? I'm going to go to Hogwarts. And do spells and shit. I'm going to be pleased about it. You're a wizard, Harry. This is what happens when I'm left to just ramble to myself. Oh my sweet giddy arm. Right, let's try a different tactic. Let's try the other. Let's try the other hole, as it were. It helps if I get it through the hook. Right, I've got to do that whole bloody line again now as well. Because where it only put one line through. Oh, maybe I'll just leave it a bit thicker and stop trying to be smart. Nope. Smart is not the way to do it, apparently. What have I just done with my threader now? No, that's a Lego brick. Where the hell's that Lego brick come from? Most of the time it is just spent me just threading this, it seems. This is why thicker wool is required, so I don't have to thread it as much. Oh, no, there's a knot in this wool. Now I have a reason to stop and thread it again because there's a knot in the wool. Where's that come from? That's no good to me. Is anyone going EUIC this weekend? Because that is what is on currently. So let's pull some of it down here and hope that will help us. It might not. I may be wrong. So let's do it this way. This actually works a bit better. Oh, I've whacked the camera. I need to get my other camera that's got a zoom on it, because then I could have it here looking more directly at the fabric rather than just my back. It works alright when I'm over this side because I'm left-handed, but when I'm here you can't really see much unless I try and move it all now. But this tactic of pulling it through seems to be working, so. Running out of wool actually. Burning through it a fair bit. hello. Why has that just come out? Caught in the gears. That's another reason for it. Ugh. I get to here. Oh, I made caught on the wire. Okay, maybe our plan wasn't as well thought through as I thought. Ugh. That's no Gengar. Gengar or Lickitung crossbreed. It's got a massive tongue on it for sure. That tongue does wonders for Gengar, I'm sure of it. Absolutely huge tongue. Who doesn't love a huge tongue? A giant Lickitung would be a good cool rug, actually. Right, where was we? We're getting there, at least. No, I forgot to put my finger on it. Ice cream. Ice cream would not like a big tongue, to be fair. Look at that. Although I guess after a while, tongues do feel like sandpaper if you've ever had a cat lick your hand. Once a cat licks your hand for about 5 minutes, it just feels like sandpaper. Not the nicest feeling in the world, I must admit. Right, that's the longest bit done of the tongue. Oh, it keeps coming undone though. Probably because I'm working over the left side of the... You know what, maybe I should move my yarn over here to this side. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm too far over and it's getting too much tension on the yarn. No. Don't do it. Oh, you are doing it still, you annoying piece of... Beep. Foul language coming through. So to be fair, it's taken me 20 minutes to do the tongue to this bit. Whereas it took me an hour and a half to do the eyes and the tongue. The darker bit of the tongue, at least. So once you get onto the bigger, blockier bits of colour, it is quicker. Let me over a bit. And then the other thing I've got to worry about is because I'm getting closer to where the edge of the rug is, I've got to start putting the colour a little bit closer together, because where I fold it over and glue it all together, it might leave a bit of a gap. So I've got to make it a little bit closer. I just had a thought. This is going to take a ton of glue. Like, this actually might use up half a pot of glue, which would be a mental amount. Oh, can I just finish his tongue off? I just want to finish his tongue off. I'm so annoyed with the thread just keep coming out all the time. What is the time actually? It is probably almost lunchtime. So I probably will head off, get some lunch, and then come back on afterwards. Once I've finished the tongue, I'll do the top bit of the tongue as well, and then I'll do this bit. What was that? Oh, the Lego brick. So I'll finish this little bit here and this bit here. I need to find a proper colour for that, and we'll take a look at the other side, and then I will go for lunch. You son of a gun. Ugh. My knees are starting to hurt as well. I need to get like a gardening cushion. You know what old women have for gardening? They put it on the floor and use it to get the weeds out. That's what I need here. I should remember there's going to be ads on some bits of Twitch as well, isn't there? Because I am an affiliate, sadly. No, you... Seems like I do 2 long strands and then each time it's like, no, sorry, I'm going to yank it out again. This is why you need thicker wool for this. Or I could put a 4th strand in, I guess. A 4th strand would keep it in better, but it would also make it an inconsistent tuft, because the rest of the rug has 3. There you go, that bit's done. Ugh. My knees. Do. I wonder how this is actually doing over. Oh, what am I stuck on now? What are you stuck on? I wonder how this stream's actually doing on TikTok, because I haven't actually. I've got a TikTok overlay open for it, and I have the multi-streaming chat. But we'll always just see. I'll have a good guess of it in a minute. Butch said he found the stream through TikTok and came over to Twitch, which I highly appreciate, because Twitch is really the place I want to start streaming to more. Although YouTube would be a great place to watch it as well, because the watch hours, I guess. Pull them out. Move it over a little bit. I need to watch Daima. Dragon Ball Daima's been out for, well, the latest episode came out last week. I've not seen last week. I've had a spoiler for it, but I've not seen it myself yet. So I need to get on that and watch that. Oh, I've just pulled it out. You numpty, Scott. You absolute numpty. But no, even with the tongue like mostly done, it looks a lot better from this side. Like what I can see from the stream, it looks a lot better from this side. I just hope it's not too dark on the other side, because this side does look significantly different to the other side. And my only concern is that this colour for the tongue is too dark. I think it'll be alright though. Should be okay. I mean, that is literally what the white space is for a lighter pink to go in. Just not too light. I need to space these a little bit closer together. That's better. I'm also doing this very awkwardly now because of where the table is, and I'm right next to the microphone as well, so everything might sound a little bit louder. I've just cheated. I have just massively cheated, but that's fine. Right. Let's see how the other side looks, first of all. Oh, what they're here? So, before I started making this, because I knew the Gengar's got a couple of gradients on, I just got some spare wool that I had, and I just tested out some ways to make the gradient work. So, like for Gengar's eyes, it goes from like a darker yellow to a lighter yellow. So there's got a little gradient here. There's gradients on the tongue from where it changes and meets the colours. There's going to be a gradient in the mouth here, and there's going to be a gradient on all the hands as well. So I had to practice how to what looks best and how to properly do it. So that's how that is. But can we see what? It's very dark on the other side actually, because there is no light there. So let's see how it is. I've got a lot of stuff going on. Right, yeah, so let's just see what it looks like when I put my torch on a bit better. So yeah, okay, not much difference. I need to change the brightness, maybe? Actually, no, I think that looks alright. I'm going to go around and have a look myself, so you'll be able to see my head in a minute. Oh no, that looks a lot better, actually. That looks really good. That looks really, really good. I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. So, I think I'm going to call it there for a lunch break. Actually, before I call it there for a lunch break, how is the tuft? There's a fair bit of space. It's not as densely packed as there. I am going to just do a couple of filler bits before I go, because it is a bit, I've left a bit too much of a gap between the lines when I put a new line in. So let's just put a couple of them in, just to pack it out a bit more. Right, so there's a bigger gap there. Yeah, the two squares up to the right, you don't have to... They're nothing to do with the Gengar, they're just a little test thing I was doing for the gradient. Oh, I've just pulled it out again. Numpty. I just left it on. Let's go back to live, actually. Why have I got the Dragon Ball theme in my head? Is it because I was mentioning Dimer earlier? Right, you go there. Where's the bigger gaps? There's a bit of a gap there actually, so I need to put. Pull you out, pull you out. what I'm actually doing here, I'm actually just skipping a couple of rows every time I put a new one in, just to try and keep the same thickness, but just to space it out a bit more. That's one of the things you've got to do when you are tufting, is try and keep the spaces the same. It's not always going to turn out that way. It also depends on how thick you want the front of the rug to feel. If you want it quite like densely packed, you need to keep the lines basically on top of each other. But I find that they actually it feels like a better rug if they're a bit more spaced apart. Which means sometimes you just have to go through and just pack a couple of lines in a bit more. Just to try and fill some space up. Now let's have a look at the other side. Take that out. Come on, sail to the other side. That feels better actually. Does feel better, I must admit. Just got to do a couple more. Just about here, and then that is lunchtime. Right, fill these in. That's 1, 2, 1 more for good luck. 3. And we'll do just a couple just up here. Oh, I've run out of wool. Put out the last few bits. And there we go. That is what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to go off and have lunch. And then I will be back a bit later if I don't get interrupted by anything. So, thank you everyone who has stopped by. I've actually done a lot better than I expected it to do. We've got quite far. Next time I'm going to fill in all of this and then it will just be the purple and the background. I need to get a darker red for up here. And then a pink for here as well. But I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Thank you everyone who stopped by. You're all legends. Hope you have a nice lunch, and I'll see you again in a few hours. Well, not in a few hours, in an hour or so. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.